ল ব্যারেট রেজিস্টার্ড আইনি প্রতিষ্ঠান। আমরা সুপ্রিম কোর্ট, হাইকোর্ট, জেলা কোর্ট, ক্রেতা সুরক্ষা আদালত প্রভৃতি কোর্টে যে কোনো আইনি সমস্যায় আপনাদের পাশে সর্বদা। ল ব্যারেট ল ফার্মের তরফ থেকে আজকে যে ভিডিওটা দেখানো হচ্ছে সেটি অনেকগুলো পর্বেই হবে। তা প্রথম 8টা পর্বে রেডি করা হয়েছে, এরপরেও আবার নেক্সট পার্ট করে করা হবে। তো আজকের বিষয় হচ্ছে ওয়েস্ট বেঙ্গল বিল্ডিং প্ল্যান কীভাবে হবে, কি বিল্ডিং কীভাবে করা হবে মিউনিসিপ্যালিটি এরিয়ায়, তো সেই বিষয় নিয়েই আলোচনা। তাই জন্য বলা হচ্ছে পুরো ভিডিওটা আপনাদের দেখতে। The West Bengal Municipal Building Rules 2007. Published on Kolkata Gazette, notification number 67 MAOC 43A8 2002, Kolkata, the 14th day of February 2007. In exercise of the power conferred by subsection 1 of section 417, read with section 198 of the West Bengal Municipal Act 1993, West Bengal Act 22 of 1993, hereinafter referred to as the said Act. The Governor is pleased hereby to make, after previous publication as required by subsection 1 of section 417 of the said Act, the following rules. Section 2, definitions. In these rules, unless the context otherwise require, the Act means the West Bengal Municipal Act 1993. Addition to a building means addition to the cubic content or to the floor area of a building. Area in relation to a building means the specifies of a horizontal section thereof made at the plinth level inclusive of the external walls and such portion of the partly walls as belongs to the building. Advertising sign means any surface of a structure with character, letter, illustration or illuminations applied thereto and displayed in any manner whatsoever to public view for the purposes of advertising or giving information regarding or for attracting the notice of the public to any place, person, public performance, article or merchandise whatsoever, and which surface or structure is attached to, forms part of, or is connected with any land or building, or is fixed to a wall, hoarding frame, post, kiosk, structure, ground or fence, or is displayed in space or on screen. Air conditioning means the process of treating air so as to control simultaneously its temperature, humidity, cleanliness and distribution to meet the requirement of conditioned space. Alteration means change from one occupancy to another or to structural change such as an addition to the area or height or the removal of part of a building or any change to the structure such as the construction of cutting into the removal of any wall, partition, column, beam, joints, floor or other support, or a change to the fixture or equipment. Apartment means part of a property having a direct exit to a street or a passage or to a common area leading to such street or passage which together with its undivided interest in the common area and facilitates from an independent unit. Applicant means owner of the land and include authorized representative of the owner or anybody having construction right in accordance with law and shall also include the transferee. Architect means a person who is registered as an architect by the Council of Architecture under the Architects Act 1972 20 of 1972. Balcony means a semi-open space including horizontal projection with a handrail or balustrade to serve a passage or sitting out of place. Basement or uh, cellar means the lower story of a building partly or wholly below the ground level or the abutting road level road level, whichever is higher. Boundary wall means a wall constructed along the property line not exceeding permissible height as specified in these rules. Building plan means a plan accompanying a notice for sanction or provisional sanction for erection or rejection or addition to or alteration of a building. Building service or services in relation to a building means lighting and ventilation, electrical installations, air conditioning and heating, acoustics and sound insulation, installation of lifts, travelators and escalators, water supply, sewerage and drainage, gas supply, firefighting arrangements, solid waste management, electronic, telecommunication and telephone installations. Charja or cornice means a sloping horizontal or structural overhang usually provided over the over opening or external walls to provide protection from sun and rain. Chimney means the construction by means of which a flue is formed for the purposes of carrying the products of combustion to the open air and includes chimney stack and flue pipes. Commencement of work in relation to a building means the actual commencement of a building foundation work or erection or re-erection or alteration of a building including foundation but does not include mere excavation of earth. Courtyard means a space permanently open to the sky, enclosed fully or partially, or building whatever or not at ground level or any other level within or adjacent to a building or a courtyard enclosed on or side being an inner courtyard or on a courtyard where one of the sides is not enclosed being a outer courtyard. Covered area means the ground area covered by building immediately above plinth level considering all the floors at the levels but does not include the spaces exempted under this rule and the space covered by garden boundary wall, boundary oil and oil structure, plant nursery, water pool, swimming pool if not covered, platform, rounded tree, tank, fountain or beach or bench, drainage, culvert, conduit, septic tank or soak pit, compound wall and gate and area covered by charja. Cul-de-sac means public or private street or passage closed at one end with provision for turning of cars, dangerous in relation to a building which by reason of its age, inadequate maintenance, dilapidation, abandonment or by any other reason has become structurally unsafe or is not provided with adequate means of egress or which constitutes a fire hazard dangerous to human life. Depth in relation to a plot means the distance from the front to the rear line of the plot. Drain includes where a house drain or a drain of any other description, a tunnel, a culvert, a ditch, a channel, and any other device for carrying of sewage, offensive matter, polluted water, rainwater, or subsoil water. Drainage means the removal of any liquid by a system provided for the purposes. Dwelling unit means on independent housing unit with separate living, cooking, and sanitary facilities. Engineer means a person having minimum bachelor degree in civil engineering or in construction engineering or a recognized university or institute. Escalator means a mechanical device to transport persons between two or more levels in an inclined direction by means of guided moving steps. Floor means unless otherwise specifically provided in these rules, the lower surface in a story after the finishing of which are normally works in a building. Floor area means the covered area of a building at any floor level. Floor area ratio or FAR means the quotient obtained by dividing the total area and all the floor of a building by the area of the floor. The formula being as follows. Form means a standard format for applicant to the authorities opened to these rules. For framed building means a building whether the dead lower land or super land are transferred to foundation through formation member with rigid joints, which may be RCC printed constant steel, timber, or other like such as members of the transfer of load being not only expressed with the directional street but also binding streets as street as well. Geotechnical engineer shall means a person who have a minimum bachelor degree in civil construction engineering from a recognized university. থ্যাংকিং ইউ অল লবার্টের তরফ থেকে ভিডিওটা দেখার জন্য অসংখ্য ধন্যবাদ। পরবর্তী ভিডিওগুলো দেখার জন্য অনুরোধ করা হচ্ছে। ভিডিওটা ভালো লাগলে লাইক করুন, সাবস্ক্রাইব করুন, শেয়ার